Hi folks, and welcome to the Paul Ashton Show. Sorry, I'm just gonna, do you know, for some reason, I'm not sure how often I'm gonna do this, but for some reason in my head, I'm just thinking, I'm gonna just try out all different sort of opening, whatever you want to call it, openers for my videos when I start. I don't know. I might not. See how it goes. Anyway, yes. So apologies for not uploading in the last 4 days. Like I've said many times before, trying to keep my channel current as much as humanly possible. But I've been predisposed. I can't even speak. Predisposed. No, hang on. That's not right either. Oh, for crying out loud. How do you say that? I know what I'm trying to say, I just can't say it. I've got the wind blowing now, so that's why I'm moving around a little bit. Anyway, yeah. So, sorry, apologies. Like I said, I've been waylaid by something for a little while. Nothing bad. Something quite good and enjoyable and just all round really good. And I'm feeling fine at the moment. I'm feeling really good. And like I say, I'm not back to work until Friday. And then then obviously it's the weekend again, sort of thing. So I've had this week off, and then it'll be like another weekend. So it's cool. So yeah, at the moment I'm feeling pretty cool and good. Right, so anyway, let's now get back to the matter in hand, shall we? Because I've come down to Pimlico. This is Pimlico. The tube station is just across the road there. We're supposed to, now it's because I'm trying this flipping Labour thing again. So I'm going to give them one more try. This will be the third attempt. Trying to meet up with these people. Flipping heck, I can get an audience with the Pope easier. Do you know what I mean? It's like flipping heck, you know. Anyway, yes, we're supposed to meet at this place, the Gallery pub. Luckily I know this area very well. I used to meet John here on a regular basis. Once or twice a week. I used to meet him at the tube station there, and we'd go off. It's usually on a Friday, if I'm not mistaken. There's what they call a wet hostel just down this road down here, and it's where like guys and girls that are still drinking are allowed to drink, and it's one of the few, because a lot of places they're not allowed to keep drinking, but in there again it's one of those where they realise the medical need for it. Believe it or not, because your body gets to a point with alcohol where it actually physically depends upon alcohol, and you know it's almost. I mean, I'm probably being a little bit over dramatic, perhaps, but it's almost like it replaces water as the natural fluid for the body, sort of thing. Not quite, but almost, sort of thing. And it does become a vital part, you know, of a person's life. Without it, they could easily die. Believe it or not. It's not like any other drugs, where other drugs, you know, you stop using it. Yes, you could go through hell. You know what I mean? As it's described from various different people throughout time. You know, you can go through hell and it can be horrendous, and sometimes, you know, it could be a close call in some instances or whatever, especially if you've got other underlying health issues, whatever. But essentially, alcohol is the only drug that once you're physically addicted to it will kill you from the withdrawal. If you just stopped, literally just stop dead and stop drinking, then, you know, it can be lethal, essentially. So anyway, yes, like I say, I'm going off on a tangent here. So yes, I used to come down here quite regularly with John, and I used to run an art group there, and I also think we started. That's why I was a bit confused whether it was Fridays. I think Friday was the art group, and then I think we started doing a Tuesday because we started doing an AA meeting, because like I say, some of the guys in there had asked for it. and some of them, even though there's local meetings literally right on the doorstep of the place, on a Tuesday or something, I can't remember, it's been a while since I went to that one. There's a meeting just down here, forget what days of the week that one's on, but you know, there's literally something like, I can't remember the exact figure now, I don't know if it's 600 or more meetings in London per day. Do you know what I mean? So within one day there is something in the region of 600, maybe more than that actually. Like I said, it could easily be 700 or 800. I'm not 100% certain now, but it's a heck of a lot of number. And like I said, you have that every single day within London. So you know, thank our lucky stars that, you know, I live in the city that I do with the addiction that I have. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, luckily, you know, whenever I feel like it, whenever the need is there or whatever, I can just get my old where to find out and find myself a meeting, and that's the other beauty about it, I must admit. It doesn't matter where you're from. And I've heard this said, I've never actually been abroad, but I've heard countless of my fellow AA people who've been abroad and what have you, and say they went to a meeting whilst they're out there, like they popped in. It's a completely different country, foreign country, it probably doesn't even speak the language, and yet they were made welcome once they realised they're a fellow alcoholic, whatever. It's amazing, you know what I mean, that like a completely different community, a completely different country, and you go to one of their meetings, you're accepted as if you know you were back home, like kind of thing. It's quite incredible, but it's that sense of community, and it's that sense of kinship, if you like, that sense of bond that I think really helps people, particularly when they're struggling. But anyway, flipping heck, this wasn't meant to. Do you see what? That's the thing with me. My videos just tend to be whatever comes out of my mouth, essentially, or wherever we're going to be, sort of thing. So, but anyway, yes. So, back to the matter at hand. As I was saying, so I know this place quite well, and so I knew where this pub was as soon as I saw the address and what have you. Now the thing is, like I said, we're supposed to meet at round about 6 o'clock. I believe it's now probably, actually I can't see because my sleeve won't come off the face of my watch, and oops, yeah, it looks like it's about 5:30, I think. I can't actually, wait, sorry, it's just really hard to see because my sleeve is over. Oh no, sorry, what am I talking about? It's 20 past 5, so we're supposed to meet at 6. It's 20 past 5 now, so I'm going to give it another try, like I said, and see how I get on. I'm hoping that this time will be a bit more successful, but you just never know with this thing, the way this thing's going. But if it is, then again, if I'm allowed to film any of it, then I will. If not, then you'll have to hang on a little bit, because I'm definitely going into central London after this. Now I believe it's from 6 o'clock to, actually, do you know what, I am saying 6 o'clock. I'm starting to wonder if it wasn't 6:30. Anyway, I'm going to stick it out. Anyway, because I'm not going back home now. I'm going to do another all-night, around London. I haven't done one for a little while. I missed the weekend because, like I said, I was busy with something else, shall we say, and that's as much as I'll say for now. But I was busy, and it was a good time had by all, basically, and I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed myself, and it was just, you know, it was the tonic I needed, if you like. But anyway, so obviously I missed Saturday and what have you. Like, I've been doing the weekends, haven't I, where I've been going out and staying out all night and just filming the streets of London sort of early hours of the morning. Well, today I thought, well, if we're going to come here, then instead of going home after we've done this, if it's, you know, if they show up, then I'll definitely then be going on from there to, I'm trying to keep out of this wind, by the way. Every now and again you get a little gust of little, I'm just trying to avoid it as much as I can. So we see if these guys turn up. If they do, maybe film a bit of it if it's possible. If not, whatever. And then later on I'm going to head further into central London and do my usual sort of overnight filming and whatever comes up, basically. So yeah, I think for now that's about it. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head right now, but yes, so for now I'm going to leave it there, and I shall catch you folks later. Bye for now. I'm still trying to find a new ending on that, so see you later. Hi folks. So yes, this time it was a success. So I waited. I didn't look at my watch at towards the end because I was going to. But anyway, so like, I'm waiting around, not seeing anybody. And so I've got to the point where I'm thinking like, here we go again, do you know what I mean, another bus, and I'm thinking like, great, blah blah blah. I'm thinking, right, I'm getting really peed now, I'm getting really annoyed. And then as I was standing on the corner sort of debating whether to check the time and what have you, this little lady, sort of middle-aged lady, whatever, and she comes walking right up to me, a big beamy smile on her face. And she says, are you here for the Labour Party, blah blah blah? And I said, yeah, that's right, yeah. And I was so relieved to see somebody at least. And then she introduces me to her husband. She was actually canvassing on behalf of herself and other people. There was 2 other candidates apparently in this local election, but she's also a candidate, and she's just a local girl, you know what I mean? She just, like, you know, she's a resident of the housing association on the housing estate that we were walking around, or at least the people that own that housing estate, Peabody's or whatever it is. So anyway, like I said, went off with her and her husband, and we went round and sort of like gave me some information. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more really, because I was really unsure of myself, and I really need to know exactly what I'm doing, because my confidence isn't the best in the world as it is. I feel more confident once I know what I'm doing, of course. But anyway, it was all good. It was all good, and it was really interesting. And they kind of showed me the ropes a little bit. Do you know what I mean? I still don't know all of it, obviously, yet. But anyway, so yeah, at least this time, for once, I actually, you know, I actually get to do something and meet somebody and so on. Now the thing is, there was only those 2. And although I didn't really get a chance to ask them lots of questions, I really would have liked to have asked them a bit more. But obviously we're just getting straight into it, and we're going on, knocking on doors and talking to people, and how are you going to vote and all this lot. And I did a couple as well, and I was like really nervous and really what's saying, but at the same time I'm thinking, oh, this is alright actually. It's just, you know, it's the grassroots, isn't it? It's the get down to the nitty gritty and talk to real human beings, people who have actual real issues going on and so on. So yeah, anyway, basically, you know, I'm kind of glad that they turned up when they did. They were a little bit late, and she actually apologised for being a little bit late, and I think it's something to do with the tube or train or whatever. I'm not 100% certain, but anyway, the thing is that, like I said, you know, I quite enjoyed it. Yes, it's a little bit nerve-wracking, a little bit scary, knocking on complete strangers' doors, and you kind of not know what kind of reaction you're going to get, either good or indifferent or maybe something else. But for the most part, no, people were fine. People were absolutely fine. For the most part, people were quite congenial, quite chatty, and you know, you got the odd 1 or 2 that were kind of a little bit like, you know, like one apparently was a Conservative, and she was kind of like, you know, as soon as I mentioned, oh, I'm, you know, canvassing on behalf of the Labour Party, blah blah blah, she was like, no, and they shut the door straight away, and it was like, okay, fair enough. But anyway, yeah, so it's all good, it's all good, and I really enjoyed it. And she's asked, you know, if I'll come again, because they haven't canvassed the whole estate yet, because it's quite a big estate, and so, you know, most days she says they'll be there, so I might pop again down here. But obviously I'm going to just kind of work it out and logistically and so on and this, that and the other, and just basically see how things go. I kind of, yeah, like I say, it was alright actually. I did enjoy it, Good couple of hours well spent, I think, to be perfectly honest with you. Feels like I'm actually doing something, even if it is just knocking on doors and, you know, sounding like a complete nana, whatever. Do you know what I mean? It was good. It was good. Right. Okay, so now I'm going to go and head towards central London, and basically, again, it's one of them where see where my feet take me and see how we get on. And that's basically it for now. So, yep. For the time being, I shall. I'll just walk up here a second, get back into the light, because that's the other thing as well. I'm realising that when I'm going to do stuff, I'm hoping that I'm going to be in an area that's fairly well lit so that you can see me at least, because I don't have a camera light, of course, which I'd love to be able to get one, but I haven't, and I can't afford one yet. So anyway, yeah, so yeah, so I guess I'm going to leave it there for now, and I'll catch you folks later. Bye for now. Okay folks, so what do you make of this? Flipping heck. Look at this. It's some sort of seafood restaurant thing. This is in Chinatown. I've never seen this before. I've seen it abroad, well, like I say, on you know, what's names like, but never seen it here. Wow. And there's something down in that tank there, but for the life of me, I cannot work out what the heck it is. It looks like a big long snake thing. I know that's the worst description ever. Look, can you see? I don't know how well you guys can make that out because of the bubbles in the thing, but there's something in that tank, and I have no idea what it is, and it looks huge, but for the life of me I don't know what it is. And believe me, it is alive, and it was moving about just before, but I have no idea what it is. Holy moly. Hi folks, so don't know what's going on here. We are at St. Martin's in the field, essentially. Got the picture gallery just over there, and I was just wandering around, and yeah, not sure what's going on, but it's all cordoned off, and there's a ton of police everywhere, and a fire truck thing, and yeah, no idea. But yeah, so like they were all running around in these bushes. Oh, speak of the proverbial. I don't know if we caught that then, but I just caught literally the tail end of one of them. But they're all in these bushes here. There's a ton of them running around.